Welcome to my nostalgic review series where I'm going to be talking about some of the absolute classics, and I'm also going to be talking about some not so good movies from back in the day. In this series, I'm still going to review the film, but I also want it to be more of a discussion as well. I'm going to start off my series with Office Space, one of the best comedies ever made. It is so funny, and honestly, I think it's damn near brilliant, and it's pretty smart in a lot of ways as well. I watched this movie 4 times with my wife in the last year, even during our honeymoon. We were in paradise. We were steps away from the beach, but we still opted to spend an hour and a half of our time watching Office Space just because once you start it, you can't stop it. It's so damn good. So this movie is directed by Mike Judge, who gave us gems such as Beavis and Butthead, King of the Hill, and Silicon Valley. And this movie follows Peter Gibbons, a guy who has a hellish, shitty ass life working at this horrible 9 to 5 office job. And he gets some hypnotherapy, and his life is such shit that literally the freaking hypnotherapist passes the shit out. He just passes out. It takes so much out of him that he falls over and, like, I think he dies.
Down. One.
The opening of this movie seriously gives me freaking PTSD. The traffic sequence is so real, especially growing up in Southern California. This is really how it is. And I feel like Mike Judge just knows how to make me laugh. Everything from the 9 to 5 work life culture, he just nails it so perfectly. And everything, like, honestly, just even the door handle that gives you that static shock, that happens to me all the time. What am I fucking wearing that's making that happen? I don't know. Is it something on me? It just always happens to me, and it just hits home for me as well. And the whole Samir thing is so good. Nobody can pronounce his last name.
First, Mr. Samir Naga. Not gonna work here anymore anyway.
And his name is so difficult for people. And honestly, that hits for me too, because my name is Mustafa Eshanzada, and people right away when they hear Mustafa, they automatically think Lion King. They're always like, oh, Mufasa. And then they think that they came up with that. Like, they're like, holy shit, I'm so funny. I just came up with that. Like, I haven't heard that shit since 1994 every day of my life. They swear they came up with this joke. Anyway, just a lot of PTSD in all the right ways for me. Honestly, so much stress just went through my body. I'm gonna have some Dunkaroos really quick. Perfect 90s snack. Perfect for this movie. They're not sponsoring this review or anything, but Dunkaroos are so good. Gotta have them. Anyway, Tom's meltdown that he has with the two Bobs is so good. If you've ever had anxiety of possibly getting fired like I have, I don't know why I have this like PTSD from that too. This movie has a lot of PTSD for me and has a lot of triggers, but Tom struggling to fight for his job between these two Bobs that are doing a lot of layoffs and housekeeping or house cleaning rather, just hits home for me. Just watch him have this freaking meltdown. It's so good. And I just totally understand what it's like to fight for your job sometimes.
Well, look, I already told you. I deal with the goddamn customers so the engineers don't have to. I have people skills. I am good at dealing with people. Can't you understand that? What the hell is wrong with you people?
And Lawrence, his next door neighbor, who can hear everything he's doing because the wall that separates them is extremely thin in their apartment. He comes over, and his reaction to when Peter asks him, has anybody ever told you you have had a case of the Mondays, is so good. He gets so pissed, and his mustache looks so fake. It's so funny.
Anyone ever say to you, sounds like someone has a case of the Mondays?
No. No, man. Shit, no, man. I believe you get your ass kicked saying something like that, man.
Jennifer Aniston's also really good in this movie. She works as a waitress in a very basic-ass vanilla Applebee's / Chili's kind of restaurant. And she also really loves Kung Fu, apparently.
I love Kung Fu.
Channel 39.
Totally.
So as I mentioned before, there are two guys named Bob trying to do some spring cleaning and fire some of the employees at Initech, two of which happen to be Peter's friends, Michael and Samir, unfortunately. And Peter's new outlook on life, thanks to the hypnotherapist, makes him very chilled out. And because he's so chilled out, the two Bobs love him and end up giving him a promotion. And another guy they're also going to fire is Milton. As they mentioned in the movie, he's a squirrely looking guy and he's obsessed with his stapler that gets taken away from him by his jackass boss. And yeah, he's just such a horrible piece of shit. And now he's become a meme.
That would be great.
Okay.
So because of this, Peter and his friends try to screw over their work and steal small portions of Initech's money and send it over to their bank account. And as they're doing this, they flee the office and then they steal the printer.
Why does it say pepper jam when there is no pepper jam? I swear to God, one of these days I just kick this piece of out.
Honestly, one of the most iconic scenes in this entire movie. I totally get it because printers freaking suck. Why the hell do we still use printers? It's 2021. Can we stop with the fucking printers? I hate cartridges. It's so archaic. Why are we still doing this? It doesn't make any logical sense. Printing is really bad. Let's stop doing it. It's really annoying. It's really irritating. I hate that we have to print shit. Oh man, okay, yeah. A little riled up about the printing, but anyway, and then Samir freaking breakdances.
I guarantee you front, cause I'm the verge of knocking it up with them down for no reason. Once I get down, there'll be no breathing. It's secret.
So of course things go really bad for Peter, and instead of getting small portions of the money, he gets a ton of it in his bank account, and he freaks out, and everybody else freaks out, and then they gave us the best nightmare sequence ever.
I hereby sentence you, Michael Bolton, and Samir Nanadjibad, to a term of no less than 4 years in a federal pound-me-in-the-ass prison. Peter Gibbons, you've led a trite, meaningless life. And you're a very bad person.
I love how the other two have to go to a federal pound-me-in-the-ass prison in this nightmare scenario, and the worst thing that could happen to him was being told he's a very bad person. That shit just really apparently cuts him so deep. I thought that was so damn funny. And so anyway, so the next day, Peter tries to go return the money, and then he regrets it, and he comes back, and Milton sets the building on fire. So Milton won the world 0, and he runs away with all the money and goes to an island and lives his best life. Guys, if you've never seen Office Space, I highly recommend doing so immediately. And if you haven't seen it in a while, it's a great movie to revisit. It still holds up very well. Definitely a 90s comedy classic. Mike Judge is a freaking genius. And with that being said, I'm going to give Office Space an A. Now I want to know what you guys think. Is Office Space a classic? And are there any nostalgic movies you guys want me to review and talk about? Go ahead and let me know in the comment section down below. As always, make sure to smash the crap out of that like, subscribe, and notification bell. Be kind, rewind, and have your tickets ready. I'll see you guys at the next movie.